Today we're talking about the Savvy Seller program and the Amazon FBA business model. There is great potential with Amazon FBA. We've heard it all across the internet, and it's definitely something to consider if you are looking to make some sort of money online. But there are major challenges that keep this from being a true source of passive income. So we're going to cover those challenges, the business model, and at the end we're going to talk about something that's far more passive.
Savvy Seller FBA was created by Abby Anokye, also known as Learn with Abby. It is a comprehensive course on Amazon FBA private label selling. The program has over 100 distinct classes, totaling over 15 hours of content, covering essential topics on product research, sourcing, branding, and marketing. The course costs $1,997 or 2 monthly payments of $1,111 with a 14-day money-back guarantee if the student hasn't completed over 20% of the course. The total investment required can reach up to $5,237 with an additional $3,000 to $7,000 needed to sell on Amazon.
So with these costs, you're looking at $2,000 for the course and then about another $3,000 just to get the business started. So say loosely you're using that on product research. Maybe you order a couple samples after you vet some suppliers. $3,000, depending on what the product is, could cover your initial inventory and perhaps some of those initial FBA fees. But then that $3,000 to $7,000 on top of that $5,000 you've already put in, that's going to go towards giving your new brand any sort of shot at getting an audience. And you'll have to do that through paid ads on Amazon. And you will also be covering those continuous Amazon FBA fees. So really right off the bat, private label selling, because you're creating your own product with your own brand, it's going to be the more expensive of Amazon FBA business models. And really, if you don't have a huge chunk of change to start off with, you're going to really have a hard time starting out and finding any success that you can reinvest in the business.
Aside from the main course, Learn with Abby offers a free 90-minute training video and an Amazon FBA 101 ebook. The course outlines 4 key elements for finding the best private label products on Amazon. These include targeting products with high demand and low competition. These are products that have fewer than 100 reviews, are priced between $20 and $70, and have at least 300 monthly sales.
I think that these are really important criteria to keep in mind when you're doing your product research, but finding a product that meets this criteria is, I would say, about 80% of the task. The other 20% is you need to have a sense of if that product is going to be sustainable, because with private label, it could take a month or 2 to get your products into an Amazon FBA warehouse. There's going to most likely be shipping from overseas involved that you cannot control. And so if you find that product, you need to also understand the market enough that you'll feel confident in dropping a couple $1,000s in a product that could potentially not be selling by the time it arrives in your store.
It also involves identifying products that need improvement. They have a maximum 4-star rating and competitor listing quality scores between 5 to 7 LQS. Finding the best private label products also involves considering production and shipping costs using the Amazon FBA calculator and focusing on product differentiation through unique features, packaging, or branding.
But remember, if you are going to have unique features, unique packaging, unique branding, all of that is going to be more expensive than generic. So that it's totally fine and a good idea to be very different than what else is out there, but it will eat into your profits, especially at the beginning.
Savvy Seller FBA offers lifetime access to 15 modules covering various aspects of Amazon FBA selling. The program has bonus lessons like the Student Success Workbook, ready-to-use templates, and 5 product research case studies. Subscribers gain access to a private Facebook support group and receive consistent course updates.
Private communities are huge to shorten your learning curve, but on top of that, Savvy Seller is also regularly updated, and that is huge. Some FBA courses out there have not been updated in a couple years, and FBA is such a dynamic, ever-changing business model. You need a course that is constantly being updated if this is what you're going to do.
Abby Anokye, the creator, is a 7-figure Amazon FBA private label seller with over 3 years of experience. She holds a bachelor's degree in nutritional sciences from Rutgers University and is based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Abby transitioned from earning $70,000 per year in her 9-to-5 job to making $70,000 per month with Amazon FBA. Her highest monthly revenue from the course is $140,000. She currently offers 5 products in the household niche by sourcing bulk products from China through Alibaba. Her cheapest product costs between $1.10 to over $5 per unit to produce and can sell for up to $19.99 on Amazon, earning her an average of $9 to $11 per sale.
Remember, though, that this number doesn't include the FBA fees. So she would also pay 15% of each sale to Amazon, and that's the baseline. There's other things on top of that. It wouldn't be the highest because since she's selling household goods, she isn't, say, storing furniture in an Amazon warehouse where you're paying for the space. So to get the numbers that she is claiming to have, she is making a ton of sales to reach that number to get that profit.
Savvy Seller FBA, which began in December 2019, has over 160,000 followers on social media and more than 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. The program leverages Abby's experience as its main selling point. However, the program can also be expensive and needs substantial investment to start. Amazon private label selling can still be profitable. Retailers can potentially earn up to 25% higher profit margins. According to Jungle Scout, 59% of Amazon sellers prefer private labeling because of its high demand.
So your other options for selling on Amazon would include wholesale, which is when you are purchasing already branded items and then reselling them for a higher amount on Amazon and keeping the difference. That's wholesale. You can do retail arbitrage on Amazon as well, which is essentially the same thing, except you don't have the inventory. You're listing products from a different online store on your Amazon store and then basically setting yourself as the middleman. Without going too much into detail on those business models, overall it is the better business model, but even though it's better, it is more expensive. So again, it gets back to the startup capital you have to invest.
However, increasing competition has led some sellers to believe that traditional private labeling methods are becoming less effective. While Savvy Seller FBA offers a comprehensive course on Amazon private label selling, potential students should carefully consider the high costs and ongoing effort needed in the FBA space. Starting an Amazon FBA private label business requires significant upfront capital. The total investment can reach up to $5,237. Beginners need $3,000 to $7,000 to start selling on Amazon, which covers inventory, shipping, and marketing costs. Despite the potential for high sales volume, profit margins can be thin. It can range from just 10% to 20% because of the costs associated with Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA is a competitive industry. Many product categories are saturated, which makes it difficult for newcomers to stand out and gain market share in the platform.
We've already touched on the high costs quite a bit. We've also touched on how there are smaller profit margins here, but we haven't talked too much about competition. So it's pretty impressive that Abby shares so much about her business because she's telling her students what works. And there's a risk to that in that she is creating students that are basically potential competition for her. I think it's cool that she is being open about that. Competition, however, she's in that household goods niche. Competition is incredibly fierce in Amazon. You're working against sellers around the globe. Almost every niche is super saturated, and that means that there are tons of products. Not only are there tons of sellers, but there's also tons of products filling up those niches and keeping traffic away from you. So the way to beat that is to do the right product research. But even if you do the best possible product research, you're going to have to do that ad spend, which is going to feed into those smaller profit margins even more. So lots of complications here where if this feels intimidating to you and you're just about to start making money online, I would suggest trying something different called local lead generation. It does not involve products, so that's completely different. But instead of needing to answer to Amazon or another platform, you are working in websites that you own. So if you're talking about you don't want to have a boss again, you want to leave your 9-to-5, this is a great opportunity to be your own boss. We do not handle websites on a global scale either. We work in local areas. And so that eliminates that problem of competition and saturation. We rank these websites on Google using organic means, keeping the high costs low and the profit margins higher, and then we rent them out to small businesses. There's a lot more that goes into this, but if this is intriguing to you, click the link in the description below.